with Amir Khan at Devonshire Club. I want to ask you about Kell Brook.
Yeah.
Someone you've been linked with for so many years now, it's worth its own kind of video on its own.
Yeah.
Do you dislike Kell Brook?
No, not at all. Not at all. We met in Manchester recently, and I went over to him and shook his hand and said, "Hope you're well. How's the training going for the next fight?" And then I said, "Listen, where are we up to with my fight?" You know, I don't want people thinking that I'm scared or I don't want to fight him. It didn't make sense at the time. At the time when the talk of the fight was spoken about with me and Kell, I was signed up with an American company with Al Haymon. Before Al Haymon, I was with Golden Boy. So I had a big deal with them guys where I could not leave and fight Kell Brook. Most of my fights were in America at those times. And then as soon as I finished my contract with those guys, I could have stayed there. I was offered a lot of money to stay in America, but I chose to come back to UK because I thought UK is where I'm from, and I wanted my fans in the UK to see more of me. So I'd done a deal with Matchroom with Eddie Hearn, who no one ever expected.
Knowing that Kell was with Matchroom, did that have any bearing on you choosing Matchroom?
Well, no, because that's one of the reasons that I wanted to get with Matchroom is because Kell is with Matchroom, and I wanted to make sure that I'm not running scared. I'm coming to your team. I'm coming to you, Kell. Whereas, when I used to say to Kell, okay, fine, look, I'm signed up with Al Haymon. You might have to be with Al to make the fight happen. But no, I came to Eddie. No one ever expected me and Eddie to work together. But look, me and Eddie had to sit down. We spoke a few times, and I kind of liked him. I thought he's a great promoter. He's doing great things. So that's why I got with him. And in that deal, me getting with him, I put in there to make a Kell Brook fight. I put in there, yeah.
And that's the third fight of a 3-fight deal, was that?
Yeah, so 2 fights have just gone by now. And obviously having 2 years at the ring because of my hand injuries, I got off the first one against Le Greco, second one against Vargas, and the third one will be probably a pay-per-view against Kell Brook.
How certain at this point, and we're here in, late November, how certain would you be on a percentage that Kell Brook will be next?
I feel really strong about it, honestly. A very high percentage, because I understand he's fighting December 8. Now, I didn't really want him to take that fight because I thought, God forbid he gets injured or gets cut or something, then he's out for a month or two, the fight gets delayed. So I just wanted to make sure that, but then I understand where I was told that he needs to get in the ring because it's been a long time he's not fought, so get that ring rust out. So let's hope he gets past this fight December 8, and that's when we can start talking about it. That's the only time we can then start pushing the fight between myself and him. We can talk about it all now, but God forbid something happens in that fight, then that fight goes down the drain. So let's see. I'm just waiting on him winning the fight.
Will it be at 147?
Yeah.
Will there be a rehydration clause?
That's
which
right,
has been
yeah.
talked about loads.
Yeah. 147 is a fight, which Kell was before, and the rehydration is a £10 limit, which Kell's been in before.
Morning.
For the next morning, that's right. For the next morning, and hopefully, then we can just get the fight done. Everything seems okay to me at the moment.
What a lot of people have said, so I have to put it to you.
Yeah.
Why should Kell Brook be asked to adhere to a rehydration clause when the fight, at least at the moment, isn't for an IBF title?
Exactly, because I made that mistake before where I've fought guys who are heavier than me. Now, I've not really fought anyone that's heavier than me apart from Canelo. And when I tried to put that, I didn't really ask to put that rehydration clause in there. And he came in the ring, I went probably in the 180s. I was about 158 or something at the time. Now, I don't want to make that mistake again when I'm fighting another heavier guy, which is Kell Brook. I'm going up a weight to fight. Well, I'm not going up a weight. He's come down to 147, but he's naturally a heavier guy and bigger guy. So I don't want to say to him that, look, come down to 147 and then bounce back up to like almost 180 pounds, 170 pounds. I'm not going to let that happen this time, I'm going to make it clean and simple. If you want the fight to be made, 147 and the £10 weight limit, which is just like the IBF rules, and it's only £10. I only put on like about £8 on it anyway. 8 to 9 pounds I put on after a fight. So I think that'll be the perfect thing, a perfect scenario, and it'll be fair as well.
And just finally on this subject, you spent a long time chasing fights with the likes of Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, as we know, and perfectly understandable. How much do you want the Kell Brook fight to happen? What will it mean for your career and your legacy if it didn't happen?
Well, I've had some big fights in the game, and still big names out there. there's always names getting thrown at me to be in big fights in America, and these are big names as well, probably the biggest names in boxing, and I'm getting my names thrown with them.
Crawford,
yeah, and at the moment, my eyes are on just UK, fighting in the UK and fighting the names like Kell Brook and or bringing the US opponents here to England. So to be honest with you, you know, I just want to probably stay here a little bit more longer, get some big fights here, and I mean, I've achieved a lot in the game. I've done a lot, and I've loved every bit of it. But I still think there's a little bit left in me, and that's why I want to get this fight with Kell Brook, because I just think that this is the right time for us both being world champions and now not being world champions. But we know that we are touching distance from a world title fight anyway. Our next fight could be a world title fight, but no, what we're doing is we're fighting each other. And that's the reason I think the fight's even bigger now, because all the weight and all the talk that there's been for this fight, and it's not happened, but now it's going to happen. You know, I think timing-wise it's just perfect for us both.